This is the Tackle Club Saltwater Inshore box for the final month of 2022. So let's jump in and see what we have here. Starting off with some terminal tackle from Suffix, one of my favourite lines and leaders, the 100% fluorocarbon in the 50 pound. So 50 pound fluorocarbon leader, which is fantastic. This is super abrasive resistant, great to have tied on to the end of your lures or on the end of your braid. So you know you've got that abrasive resistance and strength to keep your lures attached to the fish and to your line at the same time. Moving on, Surface, Halco, Australian company. Halco has the Rooster Popper 105 and the 30 gram. I've used these for a multitude of species, be it GTs, be it Queenies, mackerel, trouts, tuna, tailor, just to name a few. There's heaps of species out there that love to eat surface, and it's a very exciting way to fish. So you can either use this off a rock wall edge if you can't get offshore this month, but if you can, look for some of these shallow reefs, you know, shallow wrecks where there's structure, where there's fish, where the bait is being pushed into, and this is where you want to essentially throw your big Halco Rooster Popper this month. Now, if you need to start going down deeper and surface isn't quite working out for you, you've got two different soft plastic options here for you. First one from Samaki is the Samaki Boom Baits in the bomb shad. So these are a paddle tail soft plastic. I like to rig these up as light as I can normally, but obviously you got to play it by ear with what the current's doing, how deep you are. Sometimes I'm even having to go up to like 2.5 ounces if I'm fishing deeper in a fast current. Because that paddle tail, you got to keep in mind, a soft plastic with a paddle tail on the sink will slow it down, so you do need to go slightly heavier. But if you wanted something to work a bit faster, then from Z-Man, we have the centered jerk shads. So these are not a paddle tail, but just like a fork tail, kind of a soft plastic. So the action is all imparted by you, the angler. I like to drop these down, either, you know, drop them down jigging, or you can cast and retrieve them, but let them sink to the bottom, and just a lot of twitches and pauses with this, and this plastic will just sort of dance all over the place, which is phenomenal. You don't have to go as heavy for the jig head with these because of that profile. It'll just sink straight down pretty quickly. But if you're like me and you love your jigging, then we've got here the Demiki backdrop jig, which is one of my favorites. I often use these for a lot of the reef species and snapper and stuff as well. They do come rigged with two singles, one at the top and one at the bottom, but we have included some spares here for you as well. These are the Demiki X10 light jigging assist hooks. So if you do snap some, or you get bitten off by like some schooly mackerel or something, which I have before, and I've even caught mackerel on these without them chewing through them, but we've got spare hooks here to keep you covered. And that's it for the Saltwater Inshore box this month. If you want to check it out or any of the others in the range, just head to www.tackleclub.com.au, pick a box that's right for you, and welcome to the club.